Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Market conditions, bullish in a bull market, continuing that overall uptrend, testing this upper resistance area. Had a nice move on SPY yesterday. Looks like we've got CPI numbers that are looking good this morning. Futures are higher this morning, so we'll see if we get a gap and continuation of that, or if we start to get a little bit of topping reversal right here. We're towards the upper end of that range in terms of momentum. We can certainly go a lot higher, and hopefully we do with a breakout and continue that move higher and then have a little pullback from there, creating that stair step and a new floor under the market at these levels. Breadth indicator still kind of stuck in that middle range. This really has not been a really large participation move in the last 4 or 5 months, but nonetheless, price is still moving higher. So that's the overall concern, or that's the overall bias, I should say. Buy-sell ratio, we're looking at a positive buy-sell ratio up at 2.61 for the overall database. That's also a bullish data point. We've seen a lot of volatility in this sentiment report right here, but we are towards the upper end of that range. We know that already based on where we're at on the momentum indicator on direction alerts. If we take a look back at that again, the short term, the red line here, momentum, looking for that upper end of that range. So positive momentum, a little bit extreme to the upside. If we look at SPY, we'll see. You can see we had a real nice move higher. We may get another continuation of that move. Again, we're in that upper end of that range. We may see some FOMO money coming back into the market. Everybody that's missing out on this rally, jumping in, and that could also propel things a little bit higher. We're still seeing on the indexes tab, we've got transportation and industrials leading like they were yesterday. NASDAQ 100 has also popped up in there, and as I've mentioned before, or if you're new to these videos, one of the quick ways to be able to do this analysis is essentially what I do in the videos is I go through really the TradersPro process, and that is start with the top-down approach. What is the overall market doing? What's the direction of the market? Well, we're bullish in a bull market. What's the short term? We're trending towards that upper range, momentum. That's what we want to know is what is the overall, what is the 30,000 foot view essentially from that top-down perspective? What is our buy-sell ratio? We're bullish. Are we extreme inside of that bullish move? Yes. So we have to be a little bit aware of that. Then from there, we can also go in and say, what are leading stocks in leading sectors? Those are the ones we want to focus on. In this case, you've got the NASDAQ 100. We know that, we know that tech has been doing very well. Well, NASDAQ 100 is are the leading tech stocks, the largest leading tech stocks, and I could take that top 51 stocks and say these are the only ones I'm going to focus on. These are the leading stocks that are winning in an uptrend. All I want to do is focus on these stocks while they are in a bullish trend or while everything is green. For example, Microsoft has gone back from hold back to a buy. So now you have that overall pattern, that overall momentum pattern here. You've got a really bullish looking profile. It's got a real solid uptrend, and now you've got a new confirmation move as it's been consolidating back here. It's now retesting those lows, setting that stair step. If you think about that stair step, it's up, retrace, back down, up, retrace, back down. It's created a new floor. So now we're bouncing off that floor in a leading stock. That took me, 2 minutes, to be able to explain that process. It's a very fast process designed to be a system where you're looking at the overall market conditions, then look to what sectors are leading or stocks that are leading, and then focus on the winning stocks that are in that group. And then ideally, as far as a buy location, setting that buy location or getting into that stock as it's entering the hold, or excuse me, as it's entering the buy signal back from a hold signal or from yellow back to green. Okay, that's just one example on Microsoft, a stock like Microsoft. What about something like NVIDIA that's had a massive run up? Well, same story here. When we get those stocks that have big gaps higher, that bumps that extreme all the way up to the top. Give it a little bit of time and look what happens. It works itself back into a sustainable trend, and that's the location that we want. So this is visually set up the way that it is so that you can just quickly glance to see, are you at the extreme? Are you at the extreme? Are you at the sell trend? Are you stuck somewhere in the middle? This is the range that we want to focus on. for the most part, or even all the way up from that range all the way up to that upper end, for the most part, stocks will stay inside of that trend. As long as they stay in that trend, they'll be in the patterns will look like this: green across the board, and inside of this buy zone, maybe reaching up into that extreme, as I mentioned. Let's jump over to the muscle stocks group. There were a few good-looking stocks in there. The one we talked about yesterday had a real big pop. We'll see if I can find that one here as well. So if we go to the muscle stocks group, go to the new buy list, and let me just refresh that so we've got our new updates for today. The new buy, IMVT, medical bio, those are going to continue to be the trades to look at. COGT, not a great chart pattern, just some gappiness right there, which creates a little bit of volatility, obviously, but a nice looking buy profile there as well. PCVX, another biotech stock, a little bit cleaner pattern, not a real solid breakout bar. Here you can see that tail rallied higher and then it sold off. So we're getting some selling, but those can also create some continuation. FICO, a nice potential breakout candidate here on that good solid bar right there, that igniting bar. And BLFS, I think this is in the top 6, but we'll go through a couple more here. This is a nice example of a retracement, pullback to support, confirmation bar, 5.5%, 5.8%. What happened to my dot here? There we go, a little bit better. Some stop loss at the low of that bar. This bar becomes your risk level. Okay, if it reverses all the way back below that low point, then you're stopping out at that location. Otherwise, the anticipation is obviously that we continue to be in the green and continue to move higher, but obviously that does not happen all the time, so we want to make sure our risk is protected. Those are a few ideas for you to consider today. That'll do it for our update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.